During my nearly 8 years as a freelance web designer, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons. But there are three essential things I think every freelancer must know in order to be successful, no matter what industry they're in. Hi, my name's Natalia. I've been working as a self-employed web designer for the past 7 years, creating websites and online stores for my clients. My goal with this channel is to help freelancers and aspiring freelancers like you leverage technology so they can start working for themselves. While there are many things that I've learned, there are three things that I believe are particularly important for any freelancer, regardless of the industry. It took me some time to fully understand and master them, and I still struggle with them at times. But I believe they are essential for any freelancer who wants to be successful and enjoy their journey as a self-employed professional. The first thing is time management. Effective time management is essential for any freelancer who wants to be successful and deliver high quality work to their clients. As freelancers, we're responsible for our own schedules and completing tasks on our own. So it's important to have strong time management skills to meet deadlines, deliver high quality work, and effectively balance our workload. Personally, I've always been a very organized person and I hate being late for anything. However, I've learned that I have to find a balance and not overly stress myself. That's why I have a daily schedule and I try to stick to it as closely as possible. This helps me allocate my time effectively and ensures that I'm able to finish my most important tasks first. To help manage my projects, I use tools like Trello or Jira. They are great for keeping things organized, especially if the projects are more complex. However, for my personal to-do list, I prefer using a simple pen and paper. I find that physically crossing out things off my list gives me a sense of satisfaction and helps me stay motivated. If you tend to get overwhelmed with the amount of tasks you have to complete, it can be helpful to break them down in smaller chunks that are manageable. This can help you stay motivated and you avoid feeling overwhelmed by the amount of work you have to do. Effective time management is just a skill that any freelancer needs to have. And by finding the right balance and using the right tools and strategies to manage your time effectively, you can increase your productivity and achieve your goals as a freelancer. One of the most important skills any freelancer must have is the ability to set boundaries with clients. Setting boundaries is crucial for several reasons. First and foremost, it helps to protect your time and energy, which are two of the most valuable resources you have as a freelancer. By setting clear boundaries, you can ensure that you focus on your work and avoid burnout. In addition to protecting your time and energy, setting boundaries with your client helps you establish professionalism and credibility as a freelancer. Believe me, clients and potential clients will respect you more if you're able to clearly communicate your availability and boundaries and are able to follow through on your commitment. Okay, but what boundaries exactly? From my personal experience, there are several aspects to it. One of them is setting boundaries around your working hours. This can involve setting specific times when you will be available for work and when you will be off duty. It can also involve setting limits on how much work you are willing to take on at any given time in order to avoid overloading yourself. In my personal experience, setting boundaries around my working hours has been crucial to avoid burnout and for maintaining a healthy work-life balance. At the beginning of my freelancing career, I didn't always communicate my availability clearly, and some clients tried to reach me at all hours of the day and even on the weekends. Now, I clearly communicate my availability, and if clients try to reach me outside of those times, I wait until my next available time to respond to them. Unless it's an emergency, of course. This has helped me so much, even with clients who didn't respect my working hours in the beginning. The other aspect for me is setting boundaries around communication. This involves setting guidelines on how I prefer to communicate with my clients. For example, in the beginning, I used to give my private WhatsApp information to all of my clients. But unfortunately, I learned that some of them thought it gave them permission to message me for every little thing. Now I only share my WhatsApp information with clients that I have a long-standing relationship with. From time to time, some clients still try to reach me through WhatsApp, But now I clearly tell them that this is my private WhatsApp, and I politely ask them to please contact me through email, as this is my preferred method of communication. Knowing how to charge for your work is another essential skill for any freelancer, but it can vary depending on your industry. But no matter the industry, it is crucial to understand the value of your time and expertise so you can accurately price your services. As a web designer, sometimes projects take more time to complete, or there is additional research that I have to do. If something like this happens, I usually try to talk to my clients to find a solution that is fair to us both. However, I think it's important to avoid charging my clients for every little minute that I spend on their project or even think about their project. For me, charging what I'm worth is important, but I also try to be considerate of my clients and not overcharge them for every little thing that I have to do. One way I do this is by creating a very detailed estimate of the work before I even begin a project. I spend quite some time researching and thinking about every step of the project and making an estimation on how much time I need for each step. And I always add some buffer time because I know that projects usually take a little longer than anticipated. I also communicate clearly what is part of the service, and I explain that everything that is outside of the project scope is going to be charged separately. This really helps me earn a fair wage, and at the same time, it helps me avoid misunderstandings with my clients. In the end, I think it's important that you charge what you're worth as a freelancer, but you try to not overcharge your clients at the same time. In my experience, by finding the right balance and clearly communicating your pricing, your services, your working hours, and also your preferred form of communication, you can build long-lasting relationships with your client, which are mutually beneficial. And this ultimately leads to more work because these clients will certainly recommend you to their friends and colleagues. So, as a freelancer, do you think these skills are as important as I think they are? What other skills do you think are essential for freelancers to succeed? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in creating a life where you have freedom of location and time. Thank you for watching, and until the next video.